Welcome to my channel. In today's video I'm going to make a sweet cake, but it's going to be a sweet cake roll, and it's going to be carrots. So for Halloween or for Thanksgiving, it's a very good recipe. It's very easy to make, and if you want to see this recipe, stay tuned. Okay, I'm going to start by I have in here a baking pan, and that's 12 by 10 if I'm not mistaken, and I'm going to use this parchment paper. This one comes in sheets, but it also comes in rolls, so you can measure it and then cut it. What I'm going to do is I'm going to use a spray, and this spray comes with flour already, but if you don't want to use the spray, you can use butter and butter your pan, but I'm going to use the spray, it's easier. First I'm going to spray the pan, and then I also going to spray the paper. After that, I'm going to peel the carrots. Okay, so I have approximately 3 carrots. So you're just gonna use the potato peeler. You can use a knife if you don't have one. I'm gonna cut the back of the carrot, and I'm gonna use a grater. And if you don't want to use a grater, you can use a food processor. I'm gonna use this part, okay? And after I shredded the carrots, I'm going to preheat the oven at 350. And you can use between 2 or 3 carrots depending on how much carrots you want in your sweet roll. I have the table mixer. You can use the table mixer or a hand mixer. And in here I have 3 eggs, large eggs. I'm going to start beating this at medium speed. Now I'm going to add 3-4 cups of sugar. It's almost a cup, but you can use 3-4 cups of sugar, and if you like it sweet, you can even go to 1 cup. And then I'm going to add that little by little. Now in a separate bowl, I have a sifter, and I'm going to sift the flour. I use an all-purpose flour, and that's 1 cup. I have half teaspoon of baking soda and half teaspoon of baking powder and 1/4 teaspoon of salt, and I'm using crushed salt. I have 1 teaspoon of cinnamon and half teaspoon of ground clove. And if you are allergic to one of these things, or you just don't like the flavor, just let them out. We're gonna sift that. Now we're going to add 1 teaspoon of the vanilla extract. And at this point, you should add like 1/3 cup of oil, but I totally forgot, so I added that later. But in that moment in there, you're going to add your oil, which is 3/4 cup or 2 tablespoons of oil. If you don't want to use too much oil, you can use 2 tablespoons of oil. And any oil, canola or vegetable or just corn oil, whatever oil you have. Now I'm going to add the flour. Okay, now I'm going to use the spatula and I'm going to scrape the side. Make sure you mix everything very well. And as you see, now I'm adding the oil because at the beginning, like I say, I forgot to add them. So that's not a problem. I added it now, but you're supposed to be adding it when you was mix everything. So, but that's fine. Nothing gonna happen. Now I'm gonna add my carrots. And I'm gonna mix that very well. And remember, by that time you need to have your oven preheat at 350. Now I'm going to pour the mixture in my baking pan and I'm going to spread it. Try to be as even as you can. And when you're going to bake that's depend on the oven. It's going to be between 12 minutes to 22 minutes. So now we're going to bake it at 350. Now I left my sweet roll for almost 22 minutes. And then be careful, it's hot, but we need to roll that when it's hot. Okay. So what we're going to do is we're going to grab it by the corner, that way you don't get burned. And we're going to start rolling. Grab it by the corner and start rolling, and be careful because it's still hot. And then you can put the filling you want, okay? But first of all, we're going to let this cool down until the cake is completely cold, and then we're going to put the filling. So now I'm going to make my filling, and we're going to wait until the cake is cold. Okay, now using my stand mixer, I'm going to use a heavy whipping cream. That's 1 pint. So I measure it in a cup, and that's exactly 2 cups of the heavy whipping cream, or 16 ounces. Okay, and we're gonna beat that for approximately from 5 to 7 minutes, or until you have it like kind of thick consistency. Okay, and we're gonna beat it at medium speed. This is 1 cup of confectioner's sugar. And I'm also going to put 1 teaspoon of pure vanilla extract. And we're going to let that beat for 5 to 7, 8 minutes. Now I'm going to be adding the sugar, the confectioner's sugar, or powdered sugar, whatever name you want to call that. We're going to add that little by little. And we're going to continue beating that mix. Now I'm going to add the 1 teaspoon of the vanilla extract. And I also in my channel I have other kind of sweet rolls, like Guava rolls and the Pumking roll. I'm going to leave the link below this video if you want to see that those other sweet rolls. You just click on the link below this video and it's going to take you to my other sweet rolls, which is Pumking and Guava, sweet Guava roll. Now I divide my mixture in 3 plates, and this is completely optional. You don't have to do this part if you don't want to. And one, I'm gonna color kind of orange. I don't have the orange color, but I'm gonna make the orange color using red and yellow. That's food coloring. But like I said, you don't have to do that part if you don't want to. I'm adding a little bit more. And now my roll is cold. I'm just gonna open it and start putting the mix. And I want to mention, I'm not a professional, I'm not a baker, I'm not doing cake for professional things. I just do it because I just want to do it, and I want to share my simple ideas with you guys. And I'm not that good at decorating, but I try my best. So I know you guys, when you do it, you can just use your imagination and try to do your best also. Now I'm gonna spread the filling, and you can use the cream cheese filling if you want. I put some on there, and now I'm gonna roll it back now without the paper, with my hands. And I'm gonna try to put the other white frosting on top and do some kind of decoration. But you don't have to. You can sprinkle, if you want to go more simple, you can sprinkle some confectionery sugar using with the sift, and then just sprinkle some in there. Now in the other bowl I put some green, and I'm just gonna try to do some decoration. Okay, so after this I'm going to cut the edges, and I'm going to show you the final result. Okay, and this I'm using this Walmart disposable bags. I just cut the tip off, and now I'm going to try to do 8 carrots. Cut the edges and just cut a piece and ready to eat. You can serve that with a glass of milk. So I hope you guys like this video. If you like it, thumbs up, and don't forget to subscribe. Thank you for watching. Until the next one, bye. God bless.